let's talk about my favorite brother love show moment as a kid. It's May of this year, 1990. And during an episode, Hulk comes out and flips your tie in your face. And then you introduce Earthquake, and Earthquake had some awesome music. And, he didn't come out, but his manager, Jimmy Hart, did. I'll let you take it from here.
Well, his manager came out, Hulk grabbed Jimmy, and it was roughing up Jimmy Hart, and from behind he gets attacked by the Earthquake, and then the Earthquake did the Earthquake finish on the set with no give, no nothing, and squashed Hulk Hogan's chest and ribs into the ground. It was a great moment, but it was one of those people looked at and still remember to this day. It's like you remember watching that as a kid, and I had somebody come up to me in Minnesota, and they were talking about, you remember that time that Earthquake squashed Hulk Hogan on the Brother Love show? And I was like, yeah, I sure as hell do, because it was that great moment that, to me, I compared that to the Big Boss Man angle that we did with Hogan on the Brother Love set, and handcuffing him and beating the shit out of him. It was just such a great visual.
You know, he comes in and hits him with the chair from behind after us hearing he's gone, he's sick, can't be here, he's got a sore throat, temperature. And then he squashes him, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and pulls the cross necklace off of his neck, just like the old accidental pull in the snake pit for WrestleMania 3. This is great stuff, man. Who booked it this way, and what did Hogan think about working with Earthquake? Because I think a lot of people, and we're going to talk about him in a minute, but I think a lot of people maybe don't know exactly what an athlete John Tenta was and what his background was.
Well, it was all Vince and Pat, coming up with that angle, but it was somebody that Hogan wanted to work with because Earthquake fit that mold of the big, nasty heel for Hogan to slay, the big dragon for him to slay. And John Tenta was somebody, he was a sumo wrestler that had gone through the sumo dojo in Japan, which, I don't care who you are, is probably one of the most grueling things that any athlete could ever go through. Tenta lived over there. He was a legit amateur wrestler, legit sumo, as tough as they come. If he didn't want to be moved, he wasn't going to be moved. But he was also a damn good worker, and he was easy. But when you look at them size-wise and you match up Hogan and Earthquake, you believed that Earthquake would do some damage to Hulk Hogan. So it was, and he was easy to get up off his feet. It was a natural. Hogan loved working with him, and they made a lot of money together. The other thing, man, about Earthquake was he looked like he was much older than he was.
No, he's one of those guys. He's like J.J. Dillon and Arn Anderson. He looked 50 when he was 30.
Right. And I want to say that Tenta was still in his 20s here. And he was going bald. He had that big beard, but he looked like like you say, he looked like a 50-year-old man.
It's crazy to think about how young some of these guys were, but you're exactly right. He was born in 63. So, I mean, this is not an old man here.
No, but he looked like it. He looked like a seasoned, old, wily veteran, man. And you believed him when he did his stuff because he laid it in, but he was really light as a feather.
You mentioned a minute ago, that he was an amateur wrestler. He's a freestyle wrestler, Canadian junior champion in 81, scholarship to LSU where he wrestled, played football there too. Goes to Japan to be a sumo in 85, wins all of his 24 matches in his 8-month career, and is renamed,
Kodo Tenzan.
There you go. I knew you were going to do that for me. The Heavenly Mountain Harp. And
you knew that part.
I did. And he said of sumo wrestling, nothing I have ever done, not football, not college wrestling, compares to the kind of physical abuse you inflict on your body in sumo. And of course, he was trained by Giant Baba to be a professional wrestler. And I think a lot of people just look at Earthquake and say, oh, he's a big fat guy. But the reality was, dude was badass. And I didn't need to know that. I needed to know that fucker killed Hulk and killed the damn snake. And I needed Tugboat. And this is the best of times right here for me and my fandom, man.
He was just a badass. I remember the first night that he was in, Vince asked me, he said, Tenta, go down and find out if he can cut a promo. We might have been in Glens Falls. I walked downstairs into the locker room, and I went up and introduced myself. I said, hey, John, can you cut a promo? And he immediately stood up, and he's like 6'7", 6'8", and cut a promo on my ass. It scared the living shit out of me. Now, we're the same age, but he is a big, imposing son of a gun, and cut this great promo. And I remember walking back up to Vince saying, yeah, he can cut a promo. He can talk. He'll be all right. Good. We'll put him with Jimmy Hart. Okay, whatever. But it was great. He can cut a promo. No. He'll never speak. Put that one in the back pocket.
That is great stuff. Well, let's talk about what happened after the big squash here. On TV, the announcers are saying that Hogan's injuries, coupled with his WrestleMania 6 loss to Warrior, have taken such a big toll on his fighting spirit that Hogan's going to retire. And viewers are asked to write letters to Hogan and send postcards asking for his return. And I did this, and a lot of people got a postcard sized picture in return, autographed by Hogan. Of course, it was pre-signed as a thank you.
Oh, come on. How do you know it's pre-signed? You got any other duplicates that would? I want everybody to post their postcards of Hulk Hogan, and there you go.
That's not even the best part. Tugboat's on TV telling us we got to get these fucking bracelets. Do you remember this?
Yeah, Hulk Rules, right? Was it the Hulk Rules bracelets?
Dude, the Tugboat bracelet. Like, you guys got me like nobody's business on that. Like, I really felt like I needed this damn bracelet. It was a friendship bracelet. And I felt like I needed this thing.
You did.
This is genius of you guys, because one of the reasons you're doing this whole letter writing campaign, tell everybody the business strategy here.
Mail list. A mailing list. So that we can send out all the specials, the WWE catalog for all of the merchandise and the magazine. And whenever we're coming to your town, we can send you notices letting you know that the live event is coming and don't miss it. Hell yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I just love this era of wrestling. On the July 14th Superstars, Hulk announces he's going to return at SummerSlam to take on Earthquake. And Hulk starts working both Dino and Earthquake on the house shows as he gets ready for SummerSlam. He's beating Earthquake by DQ in all those matches. And he's pinning Bravo, of course. Let's get to SummerSlam 1990. Hulk Hogan's back, man, and we needed him. It's Philadelphia. And I think this is the time when they did a Brother Love like trading card or something for brotherly love, right?
Greetings from the city of it was Brother Love, but then I added Brotherly Love and a beautiful picture of yours truly.
Well, cause that's what we needed. We needed pictures of you.
Yes. And those are all individually signed. I marked out each one of those.
Tugboat was supposed to be in Hulk's corner here, but on August 18th, on that edition of Superstars, Earthquake and Bravo would attack our boy Tugboat, injure him, and take him out of being in Hulk's corner, and Big Boss Man would replace him. Now, we've sort of talked about this for WrestleMania 7 before. Chat me up here. Why was the change made?
Well, because in between the conception of making Chic Tugboat and having Tugboat, Hulk Hogan's best friend, and nursing him back to have not Earthquake, but Tugboat turn heel and become a Sheik for the Iraqi war and what have you. Sergeant Slaughter became available and started talking to us. So when Sarge came in, it was thought, well, who are you going to have the better match with? And you have a real American hero in G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter that you could program versus a guy that really wasn't getting over so much in Tugboat. And if they don't care about him now as a babyface, they sure as hell aren't going to care about him when he turns heel, where he had the American hero and Sergeant Slaughter return and turn his back on his country. That's why it was changed.
So Hulk gets the win here, but he wins by count out. And I think a lot of people, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to move something that's fucking with my feet.
Can we just tape the show and you rearrange your office when we're done? Is that possible?
Well, I was trying to move it so it wouldn't disturb you.
Well, you've done it twice now, you fucker. And I'm going to have to answer all the tweets because Lord knows you're not gonna.
Well, that's true.
Okay. So
all right,
a lot
go
of
ahead.
people want to know why Earthquake didn't just do the JLB here. And I know it's a different business, but if I had to freestyle a guess, it's because you guys were planning to go immediately to a shit ton of house show business with Earthquake and Hogan. So if you want the clean finish, you got to pay $20.
Pay money for it. Yep. Come on out and see it live in your town.
So Hogan hits the leg drop on SummerSlam on Earthquake, but Jimmy Hart interferes. Hogan throws him out of the ring, body slams Earthquake onto a table at ringside. I think a lot of people forget that. ECW. And
yeah, we copied ECW then.
Who said that?
Oh, you're implying that with your
No, I didn't.
chant.
I said a lot of people probably forgot that.
I know the
didn't even
ECW stole from us.
That's what I was saying, dick fuck. Pay attention to the show when you get done rearranging your goddamn office. ECW didn't even exist in 1990.
I know.
Okay. Never mind. I'll be glad when you go to bed. If you show up at my house tomorrow and fucking bird dogs, I'll be mad at you.
That's exactly what I'm showing up in.
Hogan got back into the ring. I swear to God, if I pull into that airport tomorrow and you're there in bird dogs, I'm just going to drive right past you.
You are going to love my outfit.
I'm not even slowing down. By the way, I'm going to take a picture of you and I'm going to post it on Twitter tomorrow when I pick you up, because Bruce travels like a homeless man, not just a homeless man, but like a senile old man. He'll wear like those horrible,
Exactly what I'm wearing.
Like one of those shitty shoes that like Casio Kid has them too. They're like these beach shoes, but you wear yours with ankle socks all the way up to the knee. And then like these dumbass basketball shorts that are like bright orange, and then some sort of something to wrestle shirt, but then like a fishing shirt on top. You're wearing it right now. I mean, I just nailed it. It's standard issue Bruce Prichard. Like everything on your person has a total value of $4. But then
That's not true though.
Then you've got on a gold Rolex with diamond bezel. It's like, this is the most confusing thing ever.
Okay. Well, first of all, they're sandal shoes. They're extremely comfortable.
And
they're Sanooks. They're very comfortable.
You're wearing them in public.
And I do wear them in public all the time.
At the airport.
Oh, you better believe it.
Ron Funches is embarrassed for you right now.
And they're not ankle socks either. They're
knee socks.
No, they're the other kind of socks. They're the no-show socks.
No bullshit. You're wearing at my house. You wear that shit all.
Oh, I've worn the ankle socks. Yeah, okay. But I don't anymore. Now they're all no-shows.
You look like fucking Kevin Owens' dad at my house. It's ridiculous.
I've done that before. Yeah. Oh, well, that's not fair, because that was like getting out of dress clothes and still have my dress socks on.
No, that's how you get out of the swimming pool.
So.
Okay.
Oh, like you don't wear socks in the swimming pool.
So this is Hulk's return after several months away. He doesn't win by pin, and the feud sort of ends abruptly, at least the TV version, right after this. Were you guys not pleased with the way the match came together? I mean, you do some house show business with it, but you don't just immediately try to build on it anymore on pay-per-view. And as a kid, I thought this was awesome stuff. I needed more of it.
Well, we had something high, and you could have gotten in the house shows. So that's, again, the business being different model then. But also at the same time, we were concentrating on building a nasty heel in Sergeant Slaughter, and rebuilding Hulk to be that all-American hero that needed to conquer that Iraqi sympathizing son of a gun.
Well, they keep going all the way through Survivor Series, Earthquake and Hogan. And then after the match where he makes his big return here, he adds a fourth amendment. You know, there's the say your prayers,
take your vitamins, train.
And now the fourth one is believe in yourself.
There you go.
Survivor Series 1990, November 22nd, we see Hulk team up with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Big Boss Man, and Tugboat. Boy, that is a crew right there. That's got WCW 95 all over it. And they take on Earthquake, Haku, Bravo, and Barbarian. You know what I just realized? With the exception of Dino Bravo, who was murdered, every one of these dudes in 5 years is in WCW. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, you had your Dungeon of Doom or
Yeah. And then you had what was the Guardian Angel? Because he's, and I love what
God.
Tony Schiavone would refer to him. He would say, "This Guardian Angel, man, he's a big boss, man."
That was terrible.
Oh my God. So, and then, I mean, who could forget the fucking Shockmaster, right? Holy shit.
Shockmaster. And then the shark.
Oh,
the
God.
shark with the teeth painted on his beard and shit. Yeah.
The worst. Can you believe they made that an action figure?
That would be cool.
No,
actually.
it is an action figure. You can get it.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I mean, you know somebody, you could text him and ask him to, how great would it be, for the sake of our story? Can you just tell everyone listening that you're gonna, when we finish recording, you're gonna send Vince McMahon a text and ask for the shark action figure to be sent to your house?
Yeah, I won't do that.
For the purposes of our story.
Okay. Sure. Immediately.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll do. You know what? I'm texting right now.
Thank you. See, for a guy who's been in a fake business for 40 years playing pretend, you would think you would know how to pretend. Theater of the mind here. No shit. Stop reading your text messages. We're doing a show. Okay. You can answer that one from him.
I got to.
Yeah, I get it. Ask for that action figure.
No, Conrad said that.
And
you know the address. You used to send checks here.
You used to send checks here. That's so great. Hulk eliminated Bravo and Barbarian, and the Survivor Series is, for this year, is the one where the winners of each elimination match meet in the main event. It winds up being 3-on-5, 3 baby faces against 5 heels. Interestingly enough, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, we got that. We know those are 2 of the baby faces, but the third one, a very peculiar choice. Tito Santana.
Arriba!
Now there's been lots of rumor and innuendo over the years that Tito Santana was one of the guys who was considered to be the next torchbearer for you guys. Instead, it winds up being Bret Hart. Were you guys flirting with the idea of Tito being a top guy here at SummerSlam or Survivor Series 90?
No. No, we weren't. Tito was a good one to add to that because it was unpredictable, and I don't think that people would have picked that. But also at the same time, Tito was at that level.
What was it about Tito that Vince really liked?
Consistency. He was consistent. One of the absolute best flawless workers I've ever seen in the ring, and just dependable and consistent.
Let's talk a little bit about the actual match itself. On the other side, there's going to be the entire team of the Visionaries, Rick Martel, Hercules, Paul Roma, and the Warlord. And they team up with Ted DiBiase. This is the only time they did a Survivor Series like this. Whose idea was it? Why did you never do it again?
I think it was Vince's idea. And the reason we never did it again was because it made no sense and it sucked.
I love you when you can just be honest like that. It made no sense and it sucked.
It didn't. Who's to say who teams with who? They're not winning anything. It just, it sucked.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
So, I think we know the deal here. Hulk eliminates Roma and DiBiase, making himself and the Ultimate Warrior the winners and sole survivors. And is this to just have Hulk sprinkle some more Hulk dust on Warrior? Or what's the relationship like here by the end of 1990 between Warrior and Hogan?
Well, I think it was basically Hulk kind of saying, you know what, I'm back. I'm the man. And you want to put us side by side, then I'm going to show you that nothing's going to beat Hulkamania.
Hulk winds up working a bunch more house shows against Earthquake to close out November. Earthquake actually wins all those matches by count out. And then he works Earthquake in a bunch of more singles matches. And then a lot of times teaming up with Tugboat to take on Earthquake and Dino Bravo in tag matches. And they do that through the finish of December of 1990. So that's going to wrap up Hogan 1990. Where would you rank his 90 compared to 89? I mean, I love, as much as I love the Earthquake deal, if you have to compare No Holds Barred, SummerSlam with Zeus, and WrestleMania 5 against WrestleMania 6 and SummerSlam 90, I'm probably still going WrestleMania. I'm going 89 as a better year for Hogan. Your thought?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. 89 was better. And I'll go back to what I said at the end of 89, that there was something in the air, that they were getting a little tired of things. It was even more evident here that they wanted something new.
What did they want?
Just something new. And more than anything, I think it was change Hulk up a little, either change him up, but I'm getting the same 3 punches, the big leg and the leg drop. I just they wanted something new. They wanted something different, and they were tired of the same old. And it started to show in 91 as time went on. They wanted new, and they wanted different, whether it was Hulk turning or just somebody else in that role.